Hello, everyone. Hope you guys doing well. Today, as I was meditating today, so peacefully, like I do pretty much every day, but for some reason, it felt extra peaceful or something, right? It's been about just over a year since I left the narcissist, right? And today, I realized how much energy she had drained from me. Now that I have peace every day. No arguing, no yelling, no raising of the voices, no none of that. None of that feeling inside when you know it's about to go sideways and there's nothing you can do about it. The people in the narcissistic fog or have been in it, you guys know what I'm talking about. It's that stress buildup that you know something's about to happen. No more of that. I don't have that in my life anymore, and it feels really, really just unexplainably nice. It's just a beautiful feeling, right? And it also allows me to look back on the relationship without feelings, right? And and the energy is like I look back and I think about the energy lost about when certain situations. Like I mean, we argued every single week. I kid you not. And I remember when I'm in I'm in a narcissistic fog, so I don't know why it's happening or why she's doing this or whatever. Just never made any sense to me, right? But I remember always saying, "Oh my God, she started a fight. Now we're gonna miss another weekend." She would always start fights on Fridays, right? And for a while, I didn't catch on to that. For a while, I didn't know she was starting fights on purpose on the weekend so she could say, "Hey, I'm mad at you. I'm gonna go spend a night at the grandma's house where her son stays, and she would pack her bag and pretend like she was gonna go spend the night over there. And so at first, the first few times I just like, okay, cool, time to cool off. But I realized it started to be a repetitive pattern. And then I realized what she was doing. But by the time I realized it, I was already, mentally really checked out. So when she did that, it was wonderful for me because when she would leave for the weekends, all the negative energy would leave with her. That's what's lovely about uh, leaving the narcissist. I was able to leave on my own terms. So that means I could heal on my own terms and learn from all of the stuff that happened, right? It it allowed me to look back on that relationship and just look at the different things that I mean she uh, it's weird now that I realize what narcissistic people do. They take the love that you have for them, the love that you might have for something in the house, something that you cherish, anything that's worth anything that was worth value to me. She would focus on that, and whenever she would get mad, she would focus on that and try to destroy it, tear it up, just whatever, right? She would always try to do that. And I used to always like, why does she do? Well, that's what they do. They take the things you love and then they use it against you. But now that I can see that there are people that do that, because here I grew up in a house of love. So I didn't know that there were people that actually, say they love you, right? But they don't really love you. They're going to take that love, and now that soon as you say I love you to a narcissist, that's it. That's what they need to know. So now they have you. That's it. Like now they're going to start to do all the things that they do, right? So one second, let me get a drink of water. But this is what I was thinking about, All the times I was thinking about, well, what about, would she excuse me, wait 1 second. Sorry about that. I said to myself, all these things I was thinking about in the relationship. What about her son? She knows her son loves me. She wouldn't cheat on me. She know it would destroy all that. What about what we built as far as businesses goes? But I didn't realize narcissists don't care about anything or anyone. But my problem was I was locking onto that stuff, not realizing that she knew I was locking onto that stuff. And so therefore she was using it against me and to try to hold me there. It's like, it's really weird. It's like she wanted to treat me really, really bad, but she didn't want me to leave her, which makes, it doesn't make any sense, but it does now, right? But I realized how much, when you're in it, like if you're a person right now, you just got out of it, or maybe you're in it, you come across my video, I want you to understand something. They are sucking more energy out of you than you know they are, right? You just don't you just don't know it when you're in it, but when you like, now that I'm out of the situation, now that I'm out the situation, I realized how much energy she was sucking from me. And and I realized why I had to ask God to get me out of this situation. Because when I was in it, I didn't realize she was just chipping me down, just chip, 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 just little things here and there, doing more and more, and just crazy stuff. Like it was getting worse and worse and worse and worse, right? But now that here, let me give you this view now that it's a year later, right? Now that I'm outside of the relationship, right? I know it's I don't take it personally because I know she just doesn't treat me like that. She treats everybody like that. It's like when I'm in the relationship with her, of course I take it personally because I have feelings involved. We're having sex and blah blah blah. All this stuff is mixed in it. But now that I'm out of it and it's over a year later, it's like I don't take it personally anymore. It's not just me. She's been doing this before me. It's just I'm just another person that come along and had to figure out the hard way. I always knew, and this is one thing I'll never do again ever, is not trust my instincts. Uh, Now I don't. Let me make sure everybody understands. I don't fault myself because I this was the only way I was going to know about narcissistic people, outside of what you learn when you don't know shit. When you don't know nothing and you hear about narcissists, you think it's just something like, you think it's, oh, these people have vanity and they're always looking in the mirror and they just think they're highly, no, it's not. That's the, that's the generic term people use that don't know about it. Narcissistic people are like, think about it this way. This narcissistic people are very, uh, they are very bad people. They do things that you wouldn't believe normal people do. I mean, obviously it's a mental illness, obviously, but but a narcissistic people like the one I was with. Let me just speak on my experience because it would be the only and the last experience. Now that I can identify them because they have a pattern, but I don't really I don't look at her personally now. Now, if I see a picture of her or see something, I don't really take it personally because I don't even look at her like that anymore because I know who she is. I know what she is. I know what she does, and she'll always be that way, and probably till the day she dies. It really, as long as she's not around me doing it, you know what I'm saying? Now, when I look at that, it's just like She does that to everybody. Like narcissistic people, when they do something to you, when they do something to you, try not to, I know it's easier said than done. Try not to take it personally because they do that to everybody. To to even take something personal that a narcissist does to you, it's almost like you have an ego saying, "Oh my God, how could they just do that to me?" Well, it's not just to you, it's to everybody in their life. I just happened to attach my feelings to one. That's why I was taking it personally. Plus, I was having sex with her and love and all this other stupid nonsense. When you think about it with a narcissist, they don't even know what that is. What's up, raining woman? What's up, green thumb? And green thumb, what's going on? Oh yeah, oh yeah. This is what you gotta. This is what I know for a fact because I knew her when I was with her. She is 100% following my videos. 100%. She follows everything I do. I promise you that. Uh, my experience was that was my cocoon into the man I am today. Because not everybody do not survive a narcissistic relationship. Because I promise you that she wasn't going to let me go. You know how many times I tried to leave? She was not going to let me go. And if I could have recorded how she acted every time I tried to leave, you would be like, oh my God, that person must have learned their lesson. They wouldn't crawl on the floor, beg you for forgiveness, kiss your feet, grab your ankles and cry. But narcissists will do anything they can. You guys really don't understand it. Narcissists have no limits. They don't care about making themselves look pitiful or whatever. Just do this just so they will achieve their goal of whatever that goal is. A narcissist will do it. But once you experience, now that I've experienced a narcissist, I can identify them because they have a pattern. They all do the same things, they say the same things, and here's their weakness. They don't know that they're narcissists. They don't know it. You just this is like people that are normal. Like you gotta here, I'm gonna just try my best to try to explain this to you because it's really psychological, okay? Narcissists do things that shock normal people. So when they do it, it sets you back. You're in shock. Like, wait a minute, why in the hell would somebody you because you're in shock. You're like, why would somebody that's the moment that you gotta be ready. So but if you've never experienced a narcissist, you won't know that. Today I am. So now I'm not really if I'm around somebody and they do something or say something shocking, I'm 100% focused on them because that's not normal. So if I catch them lying or because narcissists lie for no. I mean, the one I was with, she lied from the very beginning. Just lies all the way through the relationship. Just I don't even know who she is really. I really don't. Right. But like you see this picture right here. You guys looking at on the screen. She took that picture of me. She took that picture. She's like, hey, this is a really good picture of you. Yeah. Little did I know at the time that this was going to be my main picture of my new channel created because of the relationship with her. But when you escape like now that I've escaped the narcissist, I don't really, I don't honestly, I don't care what she does, where she's at, if she's following me. I don't. It doesn't bother me as long as she's not with me. Sometimes I'll be listening to like narcissistic channels and you'll see people on lives or in the comments. What if they're with somebody else and they're doing this? I'm like, if you're thinking about that, that means you still got to work on yourself because I don't care who she's with. She could be doing gangbangs. I don't care. That's none of my business. It's absolutely none of my business. I escaped. I'm a survivor. People, and you know what's so crazy? In the regular world, narcissists are everywhere. You hear me? They're everywhere. All you guys do is listen to the way they speak. All you got to do is just hear them talk. And if you don't know, you come across this channel and you think I'm talking about some strange alien. No, this is for real. The one I was with, she was possessed. There was a couple of moments, and all people that been in narcissistic relationships, they can testify to this. There are a couple times in there you could see their eyes go black, and you start getting pretty nervous. You're like, oh, okay, I'm gonna have to call the police. That's serious. I remember I remember when I first got with her, I could just feel I was doubting my instincts, man. I could just feel that was something wrong. I used to look at her. She used to look so tired. And I'm just like, okay, there's something else going on. But I'm thinking in my mind, nah, this relationship is good. She wouldn't lie to me. There's no way she would. Boy, boy, when you don't know, if you're an empath and you don't know narcissistic people exist, you are easy prey. I promise you that. Because this is the this is the problem. This was my problem. Here's my problem. I know I shine like a bright light. I know I do. So when I come across this narcissist, she's doing the first phase, the when they just think you're the best thing on earth. Well, in my mind, I'm thinking she could see my light. This is what I'm thinking in my mind. She can see where if we get together, where we can take this and see that there's no limit. Little did I know that was just phase one. Because it started early. Believe that. It started in the first month. The very first time, let me tell you something. The very first time I really I knew something was wrong is when the first time she was supposed to come visit me because we lived in different states when we first met, and she was supposed to come visit me. This was all planned for like a month and a half out, and guess what happened? She missed the plane. Oh, she said there was traffic and this and that. I'm like, how long you been living in that city? This is what I'm thinking in my mind. How in the hell did you miss the plane? I thought that was weird. Okay. All right. And here's the first thing of what's that called? Ghost something, gaslighting, excuse me, gaslighting. I remember when after after that, so when she missed the plane, so I just said, okay, forget it. I'll come down and see you. I come down there and then we're talking. She was like, man, you were so mad when I missed that plane. I was like, I wasn't mad. Yeah, the way you were sounding, you were like, "Duh, duh, duh." I mean, she was saying these things, and I was thinking to myself, I wasn't mad. I just thought it was weird. How could you miss a plane living in the city for the last 20 years? You didn't know there was traffic going to the airport in your city? I know there's traffic going to the airport in my city. That was the first sign, but I didn't know about gaslighting. I'm thinking, because I started thinking back. Well, did I snap on her on the phone that she missed it? No, I didn't. I knew I didn't. But that's what gaslighting does when you don't know, when you never heard of it. The energy that was depleted from my body from that experience, it took me a whole year to get it back. I now understand how important energy is. And there are people out here that will deplete it from you if you let them. I remember, and the reason why I can say this now is because I didn't have any energy to do something. Like, I remember when I first left the narcissist, right? When I got back home, there was a couple of things happening with some people outside. Somebody was sick, or somebody's mom went to the hospital, and this and that. And here I'm just totally drained because I just left the narcissist. They're like, "Hey, El, man, you gonna go up to see so and so?" So I was like, I'm saying to myself, "Nope, I'm not going to see nobody. I have no energy for nobody." And I didn't have no energy. I couldn't drive and say, "Hey, how are you doing? Hope you feel." I didn't have no energy for nobody. So I stayed to myself. Because I just had to do that, right? And that made me realize I don't have to deplete my energy to appease other people, to make other people feel good about because I showed up or something. I just say no. I'm not doing nothing. Hey man, if so and so's doing this and that, you going, no, I'm not doing that. No. Some people are unconscious energy vampires. I had to let a friend go. I had a friend, and I think, excuse me, I realized at 54 going on 55, I realized there are some friends that are just in your life for a certain time. Like for me, when I think about this particular friend, he was a friend in my life when I was a particular type of person in my life, right? But I remember during our friendship, he would always call me and ask me questions if he had some problems, relationship issues, or some work stuff. I'd be like, "Yeah, man, call me. Okay, I'll walk you through it, talk you through it, da da da." But when it was my turn to talk to him, he never had time to talk to me. He always said, "Hey, man, let me call you back. I got to take this phone call." Every single time. And then I say, "You know what? Let me not just cut him off. Let me tell you, let me not just cut him off. Let me tell him what he does." Because that's what I do. I give people the benefit of the doubt now. I tell them "Hey man, I noticed this. Let me point this out to you. Do you know he didn't stop? He kept on doing it. So I just had to cut him off." Boom. We didn't talk for like a year. He reaches out to me. "Hey El, how you doing, man? I miss you. Da da da." We get back together, start talking. Guess what? He's the exact same way. So I cut him off, and now there is no going back. That's it. If you let people come in and suck your energy dry, you're going to feel it. You're going to be sluggish. You're not going to have a great day. You don't even know why. Some people just want to come up and just listen. You got to be and you got to be very careful of these people that want to come tell you about their problems, but not doing anything to change their problems. You got to stay far away from them type of people. Nope, I do not want to hear your problems. Relationship problems. Oh, this MF, he's just doing this, she's doing that. Are you gonna leave him? No, no, I love him. Then why are you talking to me about it? Had that recently happened to me. Somebody come up and told me, came up and told, man, just I'll get into that later. Yeah. Energy vampires. That shit is true. You better protect your energy. I don't care who it is, family members, anybody, because you don't know where anybody is in their mind, in their heads. When you like now, it, I'm not like before now. Now, if I see a woman and she's beautiful, she got a nice body or whatever, that's just step one. I need to find out what's going on in her head. Only conversation is going to be able to handle that. Like here's another example. Like narcissists, they can't keep their mask on for very long. They can't. So if I meet a woman and we're just gonna be talking for about a month, we ain't gonna be doing nothing, nothing sexual, nothing. They won't be able to hang on that long. They're gonna lie about something. Hey, are you with somebody? No, I'm not seeing anybody, because narcissists always say they're not seeing anybody, and then I'll just tell them right up front. Hey, I usually ask that question just to make sure. And so if it comes across as a lie, I just tell them if it's a lie that this thing is over. They be shocked because they all think they're sneaky, get away with it. I like to let them know right up front, and then stretch it out for a month. They'll just disappear, and and that's another thing I'm noticing a lot with people. This is another thing I want to make sure. This is crazy because this happens with a lot of people, and it's not just me. When somebody, when somebody, when it's time for somebody to be accountable for something, then people they just fucking disappear. Instead of saying sorry, I apologize, they just disappear. Now this could be anybody, your friend, your mom, your sister, your brother, your cousin. I want you guys to pay close attention that when you come across somebody, and this is important, okay? And this is maybe it's somebody close to you in your life, and it's time for them to have some self accountability for something they need to be accountable for, and they disappear. Don't get mad about it. Just believe them. Understand that they disappear on everybody, not just you. When they disappear on you, you make sure they stay gone. So they understand that disappearing act, you don't do that with me. You do that with everybody else in your life. You don't do that with me. You don't go after them and say, "Hey, what happened? Why are you not talking to me anymore?" You just don't say nothing. All you got to do, all I do now is observe. Many people don't understand the power of observation. It takes patience, though. All you got to do is just sit back and let people do what they do, and you just watch them. And you just watch them, and they'll just keep. Instead of just being accountable, it's amazing. Instead of being accountable, they will just do what they do, and you just watch them. They will they will show you everything about them, and all you have to do is believe them. Just believe them. Now it's going to be tough because the tests get harder because they start. You're gonna do it to the friends. Those are going to be the easiest. The hardest tests are going to be your family members, because you have narcissists inside your family members. You have family members that do that, ghost you, don't talk to you, no accountability, and they still come to listen and still come to you, borrow money from you, don't pay you back, and then come to ask to borrow some more money without paying the first money back. You'd be like, "What?" Here you are confused. You're not. Stop acting confused. Narcissists do not understand words. They only understand action. You got to practice that too. Practice it. Action. They don't, this is the one thing I really understand. Narcissists don't understand. I don't care if you sit down and try to have a normal conversation with a narcissist, they do not hear anything you're saying, nothing. They only understand action. You don't tell them nothing, you just do it. When I did that, when I left the narcissist, she didn't listen, she didn't even believe me for the first 2 weeks. When I first told her, I said, "Hey, I ain't coming back." She didn't believe me. "Oh, I gave you space for 2 weeks. How come you ain't oh, you still don't believe me yet?" Okay. It took a minute for it to kick in. And then all of a sudden the begging and the crying and the emails and then the voicemails and then everything else and da da da. I said, okay, just keep waiting. Just be patient. Just observe. After, and listen, after the narcissistic injury was over, she was back to normal, back to lying, just doing stuff just to be doing it. Just like, I didn't pay attention to any of it. Narcissists need your energy. You give them none. She was begging for it. You hear me? Please, please talk to me. Please, just one phone call. Just talk to me this one time, and then you don't have to talk to me no more. Absolutely not. You get no time. Zero. First narcissist I was with invited me to dinner and a male friend. Her blue eyes went black when she asked me to leave. She wanted me to know they were going to what? First narcissist I was with. She invited me to dinner and a male friend. Holy shit. Her blue eyes went black and she asked me to leave. She wanted me to know. Wow. Now when you read, listen, the average person would read something like this and they'd be like, bullshit, that's not true. That would be a person that has never met a narcissist. Narcissists do some, man, you guys don't even know. The one I was with did some cold, and that's just a couple of things that I do know. There was much more I'm glad I don't know. I could tell everybody around me, everybody knew but me. I could feel it. That was an energy. When I got with her, every time we get around her family or some other family members or whatever, some friends, I could always tell everybody knew something except me. What's up, Robert? Now that I've been awakened by this experience, life is really simple. And let me try. I'm trying, since I'm new to this, I'm trying my best to put it in words. Okay. Say like, now I want you guys to follow me. This is how simple it is. Okay. And as far as relationships, like put it this way. You're in a relationship and this is for the woman. I'm gonna talk to the woman's side. You're in a relationship and the man you're in love with slaps you across your face. The man that did that does not know he's not supposed to hit the people he loves. He does not know it because he did it. Now let me put myself in that situation. If I was your man, that wouldn't happen because I already know not to do that. I don't listen. I don't even need it doesn't even have to be the law for me not to do that. You understand? I already know not to hit. not to hit people, let alone a woman that I'm in love with. I already know that. That doesn't have to be explained to me. So if you're in a relationship with a man that does that to you, he doesn't know that. So now you're going, now I want you to think about it. Are you going to stay with a person that doesn't know he's not supposed to hit you? Because that's what I did. The woman, the narcissist I was with, she hit me all the time, ripped my clothes off my back, all that. And I stayed. Today, none of that, nothing close would even happen like that today. Nothing, not even close. You probably think, oh, LJ, how can you tell? Because I can see narcissists now. They only can keep their mask on for so long. You just wait them out a month. It's no rush. Now, when you're younger, and even not even when you're younger, when you just don't know. You rush into a relationship without really knowing somebody mentally. Jump into sex, and sex just overrides everything, and you start overlooking stuff because the sex is good and this and that, and that's what happens. Today, that will never happen for me because I won't rush into anything because I know it's not a rush for nothing. Just tell them right up front. Then the woman will make a decision. Well, I can't wait. Okay, cool, shit. I guess you can. Not a big deal. Now, what I'm talking about doing, many men cannot do. Many men don't think it's true. Hell, there's a lot of women that don't believe what I'm saying. Oh, he's full of shit. He's not. He's a man. Well, whatever. That's part of the journey to reaching the sixth sense. That's part of the journey. Many don't know. Many don't know what I had to do to reach this point in my life, this enlightenment. And it was my relationship. Man, it was just, trust me, when I got with her, where I'm at today was not part of where I was thought I what it was where I thought it was going. But thank God it happened. I do, because what I'm sharing with you guys now, I don't know. It can't be told. You got to just. I don't know. I could tell you, if I could tell my story and help make somebody aware of a narcissist so they don't ever have to experience such a relationship. That's my really that's what I really hope for right there. I really do hope for that. Prevent prevent people from actually experiencing a narcissistic relationship, because it physical, mental, it's bad. It's very bad. And I feel, put it this way, I'm glad when I met her, I was not a damaged person, because if I could only imagine because I remember she used to always try to pick on things on my body or something, or something, my clothes or something. It's like I used to say to myself, why is she doing that? I don't give a shit about any of that. I don't think I'm ugly. I don't think nothing's wrong with me. I'm not sure why she keeps doing that. Well, they I'm assuming that she was trying to look for some kind of vulnerability, and she was using the vulnerabilities of herself, because everything she was naming, those were the things she was insecure about herself about. Like, she didn't have no teeth. She had to, like, when I first met her, She didn't. I noticed in her picture she didn't do a lot of smiling. Well, when I met her, she had some fucked up teeth. Her teeth were very badly fucked up, right? Well, shortly thereafter, about a couple years in, she had to get all them bad boys pulled. She had to get them pulled, so she had no teeth in her mouth, and still doesn't to this day. Now, we were on track to get her dental implants because we had her and I together. We had created a successful business, so getting dental implants wasn't a thing. That's what we were going to do. It was, but it was so crazy. Even when she didn't have any teeth, she was still messing around on me. That's how bad narcissists just do not care. They don't care. They like to project their flaws and insecurities onto people. Yeah, I know that. You know, so I know that now, Robert, because I used to always think, why does she keep saying that? I thought to myself, and when she would say things about me, I used to say in my mind, if I said that about you, you'd start crying. If I said something about her stomach or especially about her mouth, oh, she would have just she would have just flipped out. And I didn't even want to do that. That wasn't even me. But it's crazy. But now when people show me who they are, I believe them. I don't get mad. I don't I don't get upset thinking they're just doing it to me and they're just focused on me because that's easy to do. When somebody does something to you, and it's very easy to take it personally, but you just think they're just doing it to you. They're doing it to everybody in their life. You just happen to be the one that's taking it personally. And what I'm sharing with you guys right now, this is something I just recently learned. You know, I don't think about my ex. I don't think she just was doing it to me, messing around with me, lying to me. She was, like I said earlier, she was doing it to me, people before me, and I'm sure she's doing it after me. It doesn't stop. It doesn't stop at all. I don't know if it. I don't know if. I don't know if a narcissist. Well, God can do anything. Let me just put it that way. So I don't. You always ask people, "Hey, you think a narcissist could change?" Well, if they ask God, yeah, but a narcissist would have to ask God. And God, and I realized this is what I really realized. I was at a point in my life where I didn't have nothing. And this was no joke. I didn't have anything. Everything was tied up with her. My whole entire life was tied up with her. Right. When I asked God for help, he knew I needed help. It wasn't out of selfishness. It wasn't out of God help this relationship get right. I said, God save me. Because now I live my life like this. God sees everything. Okay. That's how I live it. That's how I live my life. God sees everything. So once I ask for God's help, he sees everything. So he sees everything she's doing to me behind my back. Okay. He sees it because he sees everything. So when I asked for help, he helped me because he knew what she was doing and he knew I wasn't uh, uh, pretending to ask for help when I really didn't want it. I really needed help and he helped me and he saved me. Now I'm in a perspective of the world that is very quiet. There's no noise. There's no negativity. No negative people in my life. Um, I'm in a place where people don't even know exist. No debt. I'm in a place where people think you have to be rich to be when you don't have to be. But the most of all, it's just a place of quiet, peace. And when I say quiet peace, it doesn't matter if I'm walking around, going to the store, going to Costco, I'm in traffic, driving. The peace is still I'm in the peace wherever I go. When I get caught up in traffic, I'm not really caring because it's only temporary for me. As soon as I drive off the road, park my car, I'm out of it. It's not every day. And I want you to think about that. Preparing yourself to be in traffic every single day to and from work. You don't even know how much energy that is. That's a lot of energy. When I'm in traffic, when I'm in traffic temporarily, I can feel the tension of everybody around me. You guys understand that? I could feel the tension. People cutting off people, hurrying up, trying to beat lights and all this other stuff. And this, hey, listen, you can cut. Hey, listen, you want to get in front of me? Go ahead. I'm not. I'll break. 5 cars and come in. I don't care. Now, now that I'm here, uh, I don't know. I don't know. There's not many people. Not many people that I know of are here. Now, I'm not. Don't think when I say not here. Don't think I'm lonely. I'm sad or something. No, it's not like that. It's definitely not like that. It's like think of the think of the 1999 Matrix movie, right? And then think of the main characters when they walked out in public amongst people, and everybody's walking in the background. You know, they got the same suits on and color on and all that stuff. That's how it is. There's that's how it is for me now. So when I go places and you see people just busy doing stuff, people are just you would be amazed how many people just do stuff so they can feel busy. Go to the store, go to shopping, do something, whatever. They're not really doing anything. So that's when I go out in public, that I know the majority of people that I'm seeing are really not doing anything. They just look like they're doing something. Like for example, if people knew if people knew it was 100% mathematically impossible to save for retirement while having a mortgage, they wouldn't they wouldn't be spending money frivolously the way they do. You wouldn't be you wouldn't feel so comfortable going on vacation and stuff. You just be, but they don't know. Once you know and you have the peace, I'm sure sooner or later I'm going to meet other people like me that's probably been here already. I mean, I'm sure. I'm sure there's people, of course. Uh, hear me speak, know that I discovered the sixth sense, which is true, which is a mathematical fact. You know, a lot of people don't realize that the E equals MC squared by Albert Einstein. That equation is the mathematical equation to how to connect with God, the sixth sense, right there. The equal sign, listen, the equal sign inside that equation says Albert Einstein's equation is fact because the math it says equal. That if it's a mathematical equation there, that means whatever he's saying is fact, which it is. It is fact. Now, if you hear me talking, you got to remember every time I say hey, I discovered the sixth sense, I can mathematically prove it. You know, I want you guys to hear me say that. That means If I can mathematically prove it, that means it's true. You see what I'm saying? I think I believe that's why God, I feel like it gave me an additional gift. Not only is it a gift from God, it's a gift that I can prove to people. And the only way you can prove to people that don't know the psychological exists is math. That's why that equal sign is in there. Math is the connection between the two. That's why the E equals MC squared. The equal sign, it connects the two. Math connects the two. I remember at first I kept getting pointed to that E equals MC squared earlier, like a few years ago, and I could not figure out why. I kept coming looking at like I don't know anything about that. I'm not someone so scientist something something, just some crazy you just think you have to be crazy brainiac to discover something, but it's not like that. You see it and you're like, "Oh, that's what that means." Okay. Yeah, that's what that means. Anyway, I hope this reaches somebody. If you're in it, if you're in a relationship with a narcissist, I just want you to realize how much energy they are sucking out of you, and if you let them take too much, it's going to be hard to get out. But if you're at the point right now and you're with a narcissist that you feel like has sucked every drop of energy out of you, get on your knees and ask God for help. God, put it this way, God gave us all the gift of choice. Remember that. Every single one of us, the ability of choice. So if you're having a problem, God can't intervene for you if you don't ask him, because if he did, that would negate the gift of choice that he gave you. But if you choose to ask him, you're choosing him. How do I know this? Because he did it for me. That's the only reason why I'm here on the mic with you today, right now. The only reason. Successful as I am since making it out of it, it's been beautiful ever since. God, God rewards me every day, every single day, because I live my life knowing that He sees everything, because He created everything. I understand that now. I always believed in God, but not the way I do today. You know, when I didn't, and when I kind of understand, you look at God as almost like a. I was looking at God as almost like a fictional character, even though everything around me says God exists. I'm walking and breathing, no batteries, no wires attached to me, thinking on myself, thinking to myself, eating, driving, nothing. I'm a walking miracle. My heart, look, listen, our hearts beat every single day, and we don't know how that happens. Oh, the electrical current keeps the whatever. Hey, listen, you can tell me what you want. Our hearts just beat and they don't stop. Totally and totally forgetting about the thing in our skulls, the brain. We totally forget about it. How could I forget about my brain? You know why? Because I don't see it. We don't see our brains every day. Totally forget about it. When we treat ourselves, we eat bad and don't exercise and da da da. We just totally forget about that. Affects our brain. And imagine, listen, I want you guys to listen to this part closely because I want you to understand so you guys can get an idea of where I'm at today. You've been probably, so like you've been living all your life in debt, stress, problems, relationship problems, but you're still getting up, going to work every day. Your brain is still functioning under all that pressure. And it's not only, it still functions for years like that. Years. Imagine what your brain could do with none of that in your life. That's where I'm at. Neuroplasticity. Look it up. Neuroplasticity. Look it up. Imagine what your brain could do with absolutely none of that in there. Good exercise, good food. You guys would be blown away. I promise you that. I would have never in a million years, if somebody would have said, "Hey man, I've discovered the sixth sense." Many people have claimed it, but not one person has said, "But I can mathematically prove it." You don't hear nobody say that. That's part of my gift. You guys have a wonderful evening. Glad to see you around here, still around, Raining Woman. Haven't seen you in a while. Well, not that I get on lives a lot, but glad to see you there. Thank you for joining my new channel, Savings Minus Debt. That's my other channel, Savings. So look me up. I'm on YouTube, Savings Minus Debt. That's part of my journey here at Gangrene Thumb. How I became the person I am today. First, I had to own myself physically. Once I owned myself physically, then it opened up another part of me that helped me, besides my experience with the narcissist, helped me become who I am today, which in turn discovered the sixth sense, which I can mathematically prove. It's a beautiful thing, though. Beautiful. You can see things that people cannot see. It looks like I'm predicting the future. Like for example, way back I have a video I made back in 2020. I said Kamala was going to be president way back in 2020. This is easy for me to see. I saw it back then. I didn't really think it was a big deal. Everybody thought I was crazy. Oh, that's not true. This and that. Well, it's about to happen. When it comes to the economy, that's really easy for me to see. That's not difficult at all. That's why I always tell people on S&D, if you want to become generationally wealthy, I can help you do that. Once I share the knowledge that I have with you, you'll thank me for the rest of your life. And this, right, and that's just SMD. That's not even. I'm still trying to figure out how to frame. I'm doing something that has never been done before. Right now, I'm doing something that has never ever been done. I add to Einstein quotes, some things that nobody does has ever done. I don't know why, where, what, but I just do. My mind has never been able to. You just, the only way for your brain to repair itself, you have to be sleep. Now, if you're a person that's bad eating, bad health, bad relationships, stressed all the time, and then on top of that, you're not getting any good sleep, your brain is suffering. I think a lot of brains crack under that pressure. I mean, that's just my opinion. Years and years of, you don't know what goes on behind people's closed doors when they go in their houses. They look. You know how many people look one way on the outside on social media, and it's totally different on the inside. I was one of those people with my ex narcissist. We took pictures and did videos, and every time I did a video with her, I didn't feel right. I knew it was a lie. I said, I don't know why I'm doing a video with this horrible person. She would get online, put on this fake ass voice. I'd be like, as soon as well, I didn't say it to her, but I would hear her voice during the live. I'd be like, you don't even sound like that. Why you sound? Because they're fake. My brain thanks me. You hear me? My brain thanks me that I left that relationship. Thanks me every day. You give your brain a chance, you give it plenty of sleep, get rid of all the stress and problems out of your life, give your brain a chance, you'll be surprised at what you can do. I want you to realize if you're still functioning if your brain is still working normal after all these years of problems and stress, only imagine what it could do with none of that in your life. I'm telling you, I'm sharing something with you that I didn't even know. I didn't know any of what I'm telling you right now because I thought stress was part of life. Inside, have you ever noticed that? People always say, "Hey, man, what's up with you? You all right?" "Oh, man, I'm just stressed." They say it like it's normal. That's not normal. Stress is not normal. Imagine what it, imagine what stress does to your brain over years and years and years. It can't be good. I'm not a doctor. I don't think I even need to be a doctor to know that. You're welcome, Green Thumb. You're welcome. Let me tell you what. Here, let me give you a vision of the future of this channel. This channel is obviously the something that has never been done before. I already know what I could do with a person's. I could change a person's life with it. I already know that. Uh, I am trying to take this all over the United States and then all over the world. I'm doing something that has never been done before, and you guys are seeing me put it together right now. This is bigger than SMD, way bigger. And I need every single bit of energy to achieve it. Your energy is not created or destroyed. So look at your energy as a meter inside of your body. When you got negative people and bad things and bosses and your your meter is on the negative side. I bet you it's far negative side too. My meter is all the way up on the positive side, 99%. And that's about to be finished up next week to be 100%. And then I'm gonna show you guys what happens when a person's brain is 100, when his brain is free, when my brain is 100% free of everything. You guys are gonna see what God can do with a human brain. People be looking at the new Google computer machine AI. Listen, the human brain created AI. God created the human. Okay, so AI is never to say AI is going to be smarter than a person would be to say AI is going to be smarter than God, and that's not true ever, and it never will be. I think all that stuff is on purpose, honestly. Like when you look at this little bit off, and then I'm get out of here. You know, when they look at the pyramids, right? They want you so bad to believe that aliens did it. They want you to so bad to believe humans didn't build those pyramids. Why is that? Why does it have to be aliens? How come it just can't be people? It's people. We just don't know how to do it. Our generation of people don't know how to do it. But obviously, it can't be done. The buildings are there. I'm out of here. You guys have a good one. Later.